Alright, let's talk about a Genesis game that Sega never approved, Disney never signed off on, and Capcom definitely never got a check for. It's called Aladdin II, and in 2026, it's become one of the weirdest little footnotes in gaming history. A bootleg cartridge that basically shouldn't exist, and yet, here we are, still talking about it decades later. If you ever fired up a Genesis in the 90s, you know Disney's Aladdin. Virgin Games built it and dropped it in '93, and with David Perry steering the ship, it smashed records with 4 million copies sold. It looked incredible, played even better, and it actually spooked Nintendo enough that they greenlit Donkey Kong Country just to keep up. That's how big a deal it was. But there's this odd twist most people miss. Capcom made a totally different Aladdin for Super Nintendo. Same time frame, same movie, different games. It wasn't even remotely the same game, with different studio, different mechanics, completely separate. Disney just let both companies go wild and have fun. So Genesis players got Virgin's masterpiece, and Super Nintendo owners got Capcom's version. Separate worlds, but double the fun. Except somebody, somewhere, decided that wasn't good enough. Somebody wanted Capcom's Super Nintendo Aladdin running on a Genesis port. And since nobody was ever going to license that legally, so with no permission and no paperwork, they just made it. And that's Aladdin II, an unlicensed, unauthorized Genesis port of Capcom's Super Nintendo Aladdin. Made by persons unknown, sold under the radar. Nobody's ever nailed down exactly who built it. It just showed up. Even now in 2026, it's still a mystery. And look, as far as bootlegs go, this one's actually kind of impressive. Whoever ported it clearly played the original. The core mechanics are intact. Aladdin throws apples to stun enemies, jumps on smaller foes to take them out, bosses take multiple hits. The whole structure of the SNES game is recognizable stage for stage. Not bad for a cartridge that exists purely because someone gave copyright law the finger. But, and you knew there was a but coming, cramming a full Super Nintendo game onto a Genesis cart meant something had to give, and a lot did. The controls get sluggish, collision detection gets a little questionable, especially in the boss fights, where entire attack patterns had to be redesigned because the original animations didn't fit on the cartridge anymore. The first boss barely animates his own sword swing. The final battle against Jafar loses the moving floor gimmick entirely because, well, there just wasn't room for it. And they didn't just trim animation frames, they cut content. The password system is gone. You're doing this whole game in one sitting, no continues between sessions anymore. The mid-level checkpoints from the SNES version, the Scarab save points, all deleted and replaced with an extra hit point instead. A couple of entire stages, like the Inside the Lamp level and the Magic Carpet bonus stage, got the axe completely, because they leaned on sprites the porters just couldn't fit in. Abu the monkey basically doesn't exist outside of cutscenes anymore, and Jasmine's appearance at the end of level 1, it's out. Then there's the music. The original had a bunch of unique tracks, nothing amazing, but solid. And this bootleg, 3 tracks for the whole thing. Get used to them because you'll be hearing the same watered-down tune while dodging fireballs in a lava cave. And if some bits sound familiar, they probably got lifted from other bootlegs. Calling it original would be stretching the truth. The graphics took a beating too. Backgrounds are ripped right out of the SNES game, but they look rough. Things got compressed, effects like parallax scrolling disappeared, and everything just feels a little flatter. Same bones, worse skin. So, cards on the table. Aladdin 2 isn't a good game, but for a title that some mystery developer tossed together in a basement, illegally, it's surprisingly okay. You can play it, you can finish it, and honestly, it's a little easier than Capcom's version, because they axed most of the tricky stuff. Faithful is generous. Works is about right when we review or compare this game to the original. So next time someone tells you there was only one Aladdin game on Genesis, you can set them straight. There were 2. The second was just never supposed to exist. And hey, if you've got another bizarre or forgotten bootleg you want to hear about, let me know. I love digging into these strange corners of gaming history. Thanks for watching.